and so they are quite odd. And when Jen gets here, she'll get here when she gets here. So
That makes
stop.
me think of the Incredible.
Hmm?
We'll get there when we get there.
Actually, so you know how a while ago I or made at least a beginnings of incorrect quotes by its Muppet Christmas Carol. What about Muppet Treasure Island, but with I.P.I?
Oh,
It's been a long time since I've seen Treasure Island.
I honestly don't remember anything about it. Now I think about it.
Exactly.
The only one I can
remember.
really think of for anyone would be Avery as Long John Silver.
Oh yeah. Um, I think what I remember most about Muppet Treasure Island is Gonzo and Rizzo walking around trying to push the wheel in like manual labor. They were like winding something, and
The
Gonzo's like,
anchor.
"Come on, Rizzo, faster!" And Rizzo's like hanging off the rail. That's really the thing that I remember the most. That and Miss Piggy being like the head of some random,
A tribe of pigs.
yeah, a tribe of pigs. And all of the chaos that comes from that, of course, because it's Miss Piggy.
Yeah, we should really do a watch party one week. But anyway,
I really,
hmm?
I love. There's, I've seen it written down where assessing Tim Curry and oh crap, what's his name?
Michael
The guy who
Caine.
plays Scrooge in Muppet Christmas Carol, Michael Caine. Um, assessing their performances in that movie and why they were successful.
One
The
treated
reason they were,
the Muppets as actual people. The other treated himself as if he was a Muppet.
yep, Tim Curry treated himself as if he was a Muppet, and it made it work for Muppet Treasure Island, where he plays Long John Silver, and Michael Caine treated the Muppets as if they were Shakespearean actors, like he is, and he made it work.
Hmm.
I mean, if it works, it works. But you know what doesn't work? Trying to steal a map when you don't know where the person that has the map is. Because last week you had the meeting with the Dragon Knights. Got permission to use their jails temporarily. And head off to the expansion office. Whereupon you did a needless opening of the lock. Uh, only to discover that the entire expansion office is dark, and you came across some bodies that were still warm.
Yeah, high evidence of murder.
Um, now, Iseline, who was in the back, while the four people in front of her were, how you, presumably the four people in front of her were taking a look at this thing.
We had just mentioned that we should be on our guard because they were still warm, like they are just dead.
Yeah, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you were just unalived, and
When
now
a
I have a knife pointed in.
Isleen felt a hand come over her mouth and a blade poking into her back. And this week, Isleen, you're pulled into the hallway, or dragged, moreover, uh, into the main hallway, over towards the stairs. Here, well, Sahir and Avery with the highest perception checks did not notice the act.
Just as I was about to steal something from her too.
Yeah. So, you get up to go and steal the map from Isleen, and she is not with the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna use message.
Sahir will narrow his eyes suspiciously and quietly say to Avery, and thieves can't. Boy, my quarry's been stolen.
Can I at least use message to let some? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put whoever was in front of me, like, to where they were. I'm assuming it. Okay, you look like you want to say.
Does it require verbal components?
Yes.
And
Yes, it does.
unfortunately,
Shucks.
and unfortunately, in this instance, your mouth is being covered. You can't utter a spell. I will
How many of my? How much of my stuff is verbal?
And thieves can't. Quarry, what's quarry?
And a map to deliver to the physician. Now its carrier is gone.
He turns around like towards the front door of the office, and we'll send one of the lights over that way. Huh. That is concerning.
Going to investigate. I would like to sneak back down the hallway to see if I can find them.
Right.
Easily.
Roll stealth, and then perception.
John will just look up to these two and just ask, what is so interesting about birds? You're saying something about coops, but then I hear nests? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna make this disadvantage because someone would probably be. Okay, so.
So my stealth check was a 27. My perception check was a 7, and I have a +6 modifier.
Nat one.
On my perception.
Impressive.
Sadly, that's not enough because despite the fact that I made this guy roll stealth at disadvantage, because I don't think Isleen would be trying to go quietly.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm like, if I'm being dragged, I'm trying to make at least a little bit of noise. Like, I have my quarry, like, my quarterstaff in my hand as well, and so it's like I have something, but at the same time, it's like I also am arching my back because I have a knife poked at it.
Yeah, so
Does my passive get there?
Despite the fact that with disadvantage and got a natural 1, reliable talent still kicks in. So that natural 1 gets treated as a 10. And
So my passive doesn't get there. Darn.
and they have a +17 to stealth.
Holy cow. What are we up against? A deity?
No, that's Jen's campaign. You know I'm right.
You are right.
Yeah, that's what makes it funny.
Also, a deity won't be sneaking around.
I mean, I think that we know of at least one that would. Loki was. There's probably a god of thieves. Be more than happy to sneak around.
Alright, Isli, you get Dre up the stairs onto the second floor.
Can I? So I have True Strike, which is a divination cantrip. Because you're supposed to extend your hand and point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. And then, like, on your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that the spell hasn't ended. I know we're not really in combat. Can I, like, point a finger behind me to try and get, like, it's only semantic.
You may. Alright, so
Okay.
what does it do again?
You extend a hand and point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next, and then it's onto your next turn that you would gain an advantage on your first attack roll. So basically, it's trying to figure out what can I do to get myself out of this situation. Because with my dark vision, did I see Sahir come down the hall and completely miss me?
Let me just. Actually, yes, yeah, because the entry hall, at least I assume you're leaving it open.
Say that again?
I assume you guys left the entrance open.
The entry door open?
Yeah, which
Yeah,
would
I
allow
don't
light
think close the door. I don't think I had an opportunity to close the door behind me. And plus, because it was so dark, I probably left the door open.
I was so perfectly stealthy, though.
Well, okay, so what's Sahir? Well, what did you roll for stealth?
27.
Yeah. You didn't notice Sahir, but if he wasn't sneaking, then you would have.
Like ships passing in the night. I investigate to look for a trail of any kind.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Did I find anything with my True Strike?
Well, I'm trying to think what you would get because the wording of the spell seems to indicate that it gives you advantage.
Yeah, it's looking for defenses in an opponent. Like being able to understand magically what their defenses are, so you can find a way to work around them or through them if necessary. It's trying to understand your opponent better. So I guess I'm trying to figure out. It's like, okay, what am I dealing with behind me? Because I can't see who it is. And is there a way that I can get out of this hold without getting stabbed in the spine?
So what?
Because I very much like walking.
What I will tell you is that without revealing anything that the wording of the spell doesn't seem to indicate that it would reveal, the person is wearing magical leather armor.
Okay.
I rolled a 10 for investigate. Not one of my strong suits.
And you're just like looking in the front entrance.
Yeah, having not found Isoline when sneaking around, or so I came down the hallway. I'm now kind of in the front entrance, tracing back to see if I can find any evidence of where she went, so I can keep following.
High or low?
Low. We are acting like the scum of the earth, after all.
Because you're investigating because you want to steal a map. Thanks, I love you too.
Seer has no relationship to it.
No.
You find what appears to be faint, like drag marks in the dust, leading towards the stairs.
I'm gonna sneak up the stairs and see what I find.
Right. Joan,
Hmm.
what is it that you've been doing this entire time?
Probably looking over the body as well. He's trying to figure out like what killed him. And that's like, Hazeline, do you think there was any magical effects?
Crickets.
Hazeline? God damn it!
Alright, so first give me a medicine check.
Wait. Please tell me I can hear that from where I'm being dragged off to.
It's a smallish building. You can hear that.
Yeah, upon hearing Joan say that, I'm like, thank goodness somebody realizes I'm gone.
It's a 13 on medicine.
You see, very narrow, puncture marks. Like, see, you're a fighter, so you would say a rapier.
Okay. Narrow like a small blade, like a rapier, not like a dart. Okay, cool. Cool. And yeah, it's like stands up, looks around, like goes to the entryway. It's like, Iseline? Wait, so here, where the hell are you? Because now I'm like, have some light to look around with at the entryway.
Assuming that I can hear this because you said it was a small building, I'm gonna like try and give like a thump or something with my quarterstaff. It's like
Alright, so you do
Ready to
that.
roll?
You do that, and
stabbed.
ugh,
So I'm getting stabbed. Crap.
28 to hit.
As in if it hits me,
Yeah.
I have a pretty
Hmm.
good idea that yes, it hits me. My
I'm a wizard.
Is this a trick question, DM?
Alright, okay, hold on, I have to get the calculator out. How many d6s do I need?
Uh-oh. Oh no.
There it is. 76.
76.
It's 4, 5,
That's good.
6, 7. Okay. That's not good. Okay. So.
I'm just didn't even clean my cloak.
Well,
I know I'm gonna be bleeding, so
if Sahir finds you, we can fix that.
thanks.
Oh, so, Isleen, what you will not, you won't feel a stab, but you will feel a punt to the back of the head, as you will take 48
great.
points of damage.
Say that again.
48.
48 points of damage, non-lethal.
You're not making death saving throws, but you're at 0 now.
Wait, what is your total HP?
38.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so wait, how do I do that? How do I do this?
Put your HP at 0.
Go directly to 0. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Someone call Chopper.
unconscious. Entirely unconscious. This is not good. It
Yep.
has a little skull on there. But now unconscious.
I'm glad I declared that was non-lethal. Alright.
Thank
I
you
mean-
very much for declaring that it was non-lethal.
10 over is not quite enough for instant death. It's got to be 50% more, right?
I thought it was 100.
You have to take your max HP in the negatives to die instantly.
100%.
Yeah, so it is
Okay, cool.
100.
So, those of you in the downstairs will hear a thump of wood on wood coming from up the stairs.
Yeah, because if I'm unconscious, I probably just dropped my quarterstaff.
Well, you will hear the thump and then a
Clatter.
clatter. Yes.
Immediate up the stairs.
So here it's going up it was already going up the stairs sneakily.
As you go sneakily, you hear thundering up behind you.
Joan totally misses to hear as she goes charging up the stairs.
No, so here does the Kronk thing like just narrowly being missed by Joan. And well, let's see. You're moving faster than the lights behind you, so Joan, you get up to the top of the stairs, and you can tell that there is a body lying at your feet.
All right, are there two different directions at the landing, or is there just one?
Yes. Let me just drag your token onto the proper side of the map.
Time to put Roll20 up.
Yeah.
How long does it take for Sahir with his actual dark vision to get up there?
Well, let me move your two tokens up there. Yours, the rogue bros. Let me move the rogue bros up there.
Did Avery come with me?
Oh, he was following Joan, because Joan can't see, and Avery has the lights.
Why do I have a feeling that the physician is still looking at the murdered bodies and like not even caring because of the reincarnation that he is at the moment?
I'm not a Whovian, I couldn't say.
Actually, no. He would probably be thundering up the stairs as well, given what I think his personality is, though.
Well,
I
'cause she
definitely
said
haven't watched old Doctor Who.
Yeah, he said. Jen said that he was the third Doctor, and so he was kind of more pompous and kind of conceited and things like that. So that's why I was kind of like, his level of care seems potentially lower than other incarnations of the Doctor that I'm used to. So,
But he also is a man of action. Also, he's the origin of the what was its name? Betsy or something? It was a yellow car.
oh, K9. K9? No.
No, there was a car before K9.
Oh, I have no idea.
Confident, bold, and brash, but with a soft paternal side reserved for those he cared about.
Yeah, he'd probably be running up then. But he knows us and cares about us, so even in a new face. So
Well, there's only so much room on the stairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
On immediate side of the body, I go down and check for a pulse.
Medicine check.
Am I the body on
This-
the stairs? I'm pretty sure I'm the body on the stairs.
If this check is any higher than 10, I will be very concerned. It is a 12. I got 12 on my roll. Yeah.
There's a pulse.
Perfect.
And
I imagine they are not within 10 feet of me.
who's within 10 feet of you?
I imagine Sahir's still hiding. I know Avery's behind me because of the lights. I imagine the
True,
doctor.
but I'm
can
also
chill.
trying to investigate. So,
And you the body on the
so if I can get up without being noticed, I'm going to.
I assume our adversary. Guess roll 20. I'm not seeing anyone else. Okay.
No. That
So-
does remind me that before someone accidentally stumbles upon them, I should probably move them to the GM layer.
Very smart idea. Joan will immediately pull out her longsword and just say, "Congratulations, person who again to your continued existence is still here. So I'll give you one opportunity to surrender and explain yourself."
No response.
Look behind me. Does someone with better vision have any idea where they are?
Well, Avery comes up and you can see with the lights that he's providing that. Why am I? I'm grabbing your tokens, not Avery's, for some reason.
I haven't managed to sneak by yet. Darn it.
Well, okay. You can get to the top of the stairs, Zahir. But with the light of dancing lights, you can see that the body that you came across was Iseline.
I've got dark vision. Does that help at all?
I don't know. Are you telling anybody?
Well, right now I want to know what I can see. Other than Iseline. I know that Iseline is there.
You can see at the top of the stairs it goes into two hallways on either end that appear to be more office space.
We're in a record building, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
You presume so?
Darn, too important.
There be no silly wand waving in this class.
Thank you, Snape.
Hey, I just started a Harry Potter marathon last week.
I'm not thinking it's a bad thing. I was just glad of the quote. That's awesome.
However, do make a perception check, Zahir. Zahir, what do your elf eyes see?
Yes.
I need to make a perception check, they say.
Mm-hmm.
23.
You can see that the close building, or the door to what appears to be the office right here, is cracked open. Like, not closed all the way.
Mm. It seems like a trap. I'd like to use my mage hand to close it.
Right. Door closes. Are you doing this quietly or?
Yes, as a trickster, my mage hand is invisible, and I can use it for. And I can try and do it without being noticed if I succeed on dexterity, sleight of hand. So
You know, yeah,
I will go for the sleight of hand.
yeah. Do sleight of hand. Use either your dexterity or your intelligence modifier for this.
21.
Door silently closes. Avery. That 20'd. However,
Joan will pull out one of her potions of healing and use it on Isleen.
Yay.
alright, Isleen, you've regained consciousness.
Okay. How do I indicate that?
You have 9 HP.
Oh, yay!
I rolled really well.
I have a throbbing headache or throbbing pain on the back of your head.
Own
Yes.
my head hurts.
I'm currently keeping my eyes perfectly trained on the door that I closed.
Yeah, don't get up.
Okay.
Like, Joan will actually put, like, her hand on your forehead, like, genuinely don't get up.
Okay. Where's my quarter stuff?
I
I think it's
think it
probably next to me on
fell
the
down the
floor.
stairs.
Did it fall down the stairs? No.
It's like right on the edge where if the railing wasn't there, it would probably fall down the stairs.
Hmm.
But it's not in any danger of rolling down the stairs unless someone kicks it through the railing.
Joan will grab it and bring it around.
Thank you. Am I bleeding? I don't think I got stabbed.
Like, slowly lift your head up, not see any bleeding. He's like, no, it just looks like you were hit really hard on the head.
He had
Congratulations.
leather armor. That's all I know.
That's good to know, actually.
She'll give like she'll very faintly try and give like a thumbs up, and then her hand just like flops back down.
Yeah, you won't be sleeping tonight. Sorry.
But I'm so sleepy. Why don't I get to
Yeah,
sleep?
yeah. Apparently, like medics say that that if you get hit in the head, you're just not supposed to sleep for some reason. I found it's best to not question them.
Okay.
You um you will hear what sounds like the creaking of like the boards coming from further down the hall.
Is the So the door that I closed is still closed.
Yep.
Is the other door down that hallway still closed?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
believe that's a 12. Yeah, 12.
It's kind of hard to see in the well, darkness converted to dim light for you. Everything's in black and white down that hall.
Oh, uncertain.
Correct.
Aisling, do you see anything?
No, I have
Um,
like dark vision, so
what it is the down that hallway? What is like? What can I tell the material of the room to be made of ahead of it?
The material of the room?
Yeah, is it wood? Is there anything down there that is metal?
You would presume that since the rest of the building is made of wood, that the floor is also made of wood.
Sure. Any decorations that I mostly want to know, is everything down that hallway flammable, or is there anything that looks non-flammable or less flammable?
before he goes about burning something, do I actually see anything? Like, I have a feeling I'm just kind of like laying. I feel like I'm just laying, and I might try and like turn my head slightly to the side so I could see down the hallway. And I have 60 feet of dark vision.
All right.
So whichever direction the sound came from on this map, because I'm not quite sure, I'll look towards the sound and see if I can see anything.
All right. So that would be perception check with disadvantage.
Gee, disadvantage. I'm so surprised. I have a freaking concussion.
Well, it's also dim light.
And dim light. And a concussion.
Like
Perception.
Avery, he automatically fails perception checks beyond 10 feet. Because he can't see down there, down that way.
You said a disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay, that is a 9.
You're looking at a really awkward angle. So you can't really see anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the fact that it's all black and white.
It's like, no, can't really see anything. Maybe it's just the angle. I'm on the floor.
I've just been told that my dinner is ready, so I will be right back.
Okay.
Cool.
Glad I didn't get stabbed. I was a little bit more nervous about getting stabbed. Getting pistol whipped or sword hilt to the back of the head or something like that.
Pummel bashed.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sitting here like I'm pistol whipped is what we call it now because of guns, but I'm like, what would you have called it? Pummel bashed. Yeah.
I don't want to light the place on fire. It's too important, but it would be nice to get some light or to scare our attacker into making a mistake.
Gotcha.
Right now, my next course of action is to find out if the far door is. Yes, because I might try the same trick.
Which direction? Because I'm not sure which direction we're going, right or left on this.
The right side close door was open. I closed it.
Okay.
Quietly, nobody noticed.
Yeah, and so, but the sound came from further down the same hallway.
I believe it came down that hallway.
Okay.
So this hallway here?
Yep.
Okay.
But Zahir hasn't been communicating with the party. He's still being sneaky.
Avery's aware of where you are, though, just because another rogue broke, basically.
I'm not sure that Avery passed his perception to notice.
Okay, so you're kind of flying solo right now, then.
Mhm.
Okay.
Solo in the same room.
Works of being a rogue, yes.
Hmm.
I have to admit, one of the first things I was thinking that is like that Isleen might be like, I want some tea. Just like I might want tea now.
If it was a less important building, I'd love to set it on fire just because, if we can get out, we're now forcing our assailant to deal with, being in a burning building.
Yes, but we're also destroying the evidence of the crime down below.
Okay.
And
He was probably not thinking about that.
yeah.
And frankly, our assailant seems incredibly capable at this point. We won't be able to present any evidence if we don't find our way away from him. Or at the very least.
Right, what you doing? Well, I have returned, so what are you guys doing?
How far away is the far door?
It is like 36 feet away from where Isleen is.
Too far. Okay. Is there any ornamentation whatsoever down that hallway? Candlesticks, dressers, mirrors,
Yeah,
pictures on the
Joe's looking for
wall.
the same thing in the hall in the main landing.
There's a rug. There's curtains at the end of the hall, along the windows.
Oh, perfect. I'm opening those. Let's get rid of this freaking darkness show. Jeez. Why is everything closed off?
Jones going down the scary hallway to open the curtain.
Well, are you going down the hall, or
Yeah,
are you
what is it?
doing right next to you?
I don't know. Are there curtains right next to me?
Yes.
Oh, then yes, absolutely. Opening them. Jeez.
And I don't know how much I can finagle with how much light they produce, so just gonna have to work with this for now. Yeah, so we'll add more lights here.
Okay, there's nothing down here. Cool.
Did it reveal anything down the hallway?
No. Let me see how far away. Oh, yeah, no. You can see where the door is now. At least.
The door I closed?
Yeah, you can see both doors.
Yeah, the two closer ones. Okay.
Joan starts walking down the hallway.
Alright.
Yeah, this is the hallway that the creaking was on, right?
Yep.
Alright. Yep, just walking down.
Now, you should have control over your token.
Yeah.
Can I sit up, please?
Yeah, you can sit up.
Okay. Isleen will just like very slowly work on trying to move so that she doesn't curl or cause her head to hurt anymore, and just kind of like sit with her back against the wall.
So you're still trying very hard not to draw attention. The element of surprise seems to be the one thing that we might be able to use.
And once I'm in a sitting position, I'll make sure to kind of pull my quarterstaff up so that I'm holding on to it again.
Are there any other curtains, or is it just this one hallway and then there are doors?
There are more
There were
curtains.
curtains at the end, right?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yep, ripping open the curtains. Every last one of them. It's like, we're done with this mess.
Can we tell if that far door is open now?
That far door is closed.
Okay.
You can still hear some creaking on the other side of the door.
Um, okay, Sahir reveals himself to the party at this point. Um, don't open that door. The near one was ajar. I believe our assailant is inside.
What, this door with all the creaking behind it?
Uh-huh.
Hmm. Alright, so what do you suggest we do?
I mean, making sure that right now they have to give themselves away. We can see the doors. We can retreat and know where our assailant is.
Or we could breach and clear.
Frankly, I'd love to smoke them out, but might be too important of a place to do that.
Well, if we're going to use fire, obviously. But I have this. And you
It's
see the decanter that Joan has that has endless water in it.
Hmm.
Now, I don't imagine one of you can open doors at a distance.
I can try.
I closed the near door. Why not?
Isling just like calls down the hall. I can try.
Yeah, because essentially what I want to plan to happen is just someone uses Mage Hand to open the door, and then Joan holds her action on using Geyser with a decanter to just flood whatever happens to be behind the door with water.
Okay. Let
Water
me get my measuring stick out. I,
can't be just to papers.
I can
Like
I can help with this.
like Isoline's trying
Tell me when you're ready.
to help because if we're afraid of destroying the paperwork and stuff like that, it's like water's gonna be just as bad as fire. Well, maybe not just as bad, but it can be destructive too. But I don't know if anybody's really listening to me. I'm just kind of trying not to move.
I'm aware that water can be damaging, but Sahir is definitely not with me.
Yeah.
Joan doesn't care. There's someone threatening people's lives.
Yeah.
As long as we don't burn everything down, this is a fantastic plan.
Okay, but honestly, do you expect anything less from Isoline? She's the one.
Nope.
She's a wizard. She's a bookworm. Like, of course, she's gonna be worried about the papers.
On your signal.
And go.
Sahir will use Mage Hand to open the door. I don't think there's anything that sleight of hands could. Making it sneaky, I don't think helps in this case. Except for maybe the person on the other side not noticing that the door opens. I don't know if I can do it that way. But Joan gave the signal, so I'm gonna open it. I'll try to be sneaky about it if it matters to the other side of the door. But obviously, everyone here knows to expect it. So if it's only for their sakes.
All right. Roll sleight of hand.
13. Not very good.
It's not as quiet as you would like. I mean, like, it's probably like one of those instances where you like try opening it one way, but it actually opens the other way.
Yeah. We're not opening the door slowly though, because Joan is intending to do something as soon as the door is open.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to throw the door open.
You tried opening a push door.
Frickin' handles on everything. You can never tell the difference.
No, and the worst part is the sign is backwards. But not actually though. That's just the imagery I'm having. Is that
No, I can imagine it like somebody like installed the door backwards, and it was supposed to be a push and then pull, but they did it in a force or something. Hello.
it's about time the physician showed up.
Sorry, I had to get certified in CPR and first aid for the summer. So I am officially probably better prepared than the physician. Like medical emergency.
Myk'Isle spent a good chunk of the beginning of this session unconscious. Yes.
All right, so just to recap really quick for you, what has happened so far is that Sahir went to go steal the map, but it turned out that Isleen wasn't there. Then he snuck off to see if he could find Isleen. Joe noticed that Isleen was not there. Started looking. Then you hear like a thump of like a staff being slammed onto the ground for a clatter.
Okay.
Which they all said that the physician would probably come running up.
Yes.
Right. At the top of the stairs was Isleen, who was unconscious. Joan gave her a health potion, and now she is conscious again.
But sitting on the floor with my quarterstaff in hand, trying not to move because my head hurts.
And now, yeah, people crowding into the hallway. The visual is on roll 20 right now. So just go over your plan there once again.
But essentially,
So-
we're in the middle of doing is a breach and clear. Essentially, we open a door and we attack immediately.
So-
Sahir uses Mage Hand to open the door, and Joan uses her decanter of endless water to do 30 feet of water in.
as soon as it opens, Joan's throwing water down it.
Basically, we're
Or
busting
through
the
it.
door open and pointing a fire hose at the person that attacked me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joan likes the plan, and Sahir doesn't have to stand close enough to argue with it maybe being a bad idea.
What's that
Opinion of
game?
water can be
20?
disruptive. It can be
It
disruptive to
Myk'Isle
paperwork as
Adventures.
well, but everybody.
I don't think I'm on that one. It's not listed with my other games.
That's weird.
That is weird. Because the physician is here, and it is. Though I guess I can't.
I wonder if we did that when I had my other a different
It
account.
definitely has you listed on here. Jennifer, the paleontologist.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah, so
copy
you're
Oh
and-
yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna copy and paste the link.
Okay, I appreciate that.
You have a different Roll20 account now?
No, So I couldn't access my original one for a little while. So I can't remember what happened, but the one I'm on now is my original one.
So wait a moment while I give permission of the character to you again. Alright. Should be able to access him now.
Okay. Yeah.
And can you see what's going on?
Yes.
Alright. Alright. So, Joan, you open the door. Well, Sahir
Here's
opens the
Mage Hand
door.
open the door.
Sahir Mage Hands opens the door. You are holding an action, correct?
Yes.
Right.
For when the door opens.
Yeah. So your held action goes off. There's at least no one on the other side of the door.
We put a lot of water through the door.
It's only 30 gallons. It'll be fine.
And you do splash water onto a desk.
But Evelyn can't see won't hurt her.
Hear it.
Joan then immediately goes to the side of the door and just tries
Not
to
see
peek
through the
in.
door.
Alright.
We opened it all the way.
Doesn't. Well. Excuse me. Make a perception check.
Perception. Oh, that's very good. 24.
There's no one in the room. But you still hear the creaking.
Is it to the floor or to the ceiling?
The floor.
Here cautiously moves closer. After
Are
kind of
there
getting
Are there curtains at the far end?
So there are like curtains along these two walls.
Cautiously step inside and open those curtains.
I'm gonna just follow and watch her.
Anything. Interesting.
There's nothing in the room, but you still hear the creaking. Like creaking as if like someone's walking around in here.
Okay, this is some magical nonsense. Can
I can hear the
someone else
creaking
deal with
spell,
this?
right?
Yes, I can. Can I do a scan? I don't know what kind of skill check that would be.
Let me double check this. Investigation.
Don't want to be fully in front of the door.
Everybody down the hall.
Yes, he
Iselin,
doesn't
like,
have dice.
I don't want to be out of this, and I really don't want to be alone. So she's gonna like start trying to stand up, like get onto her knees first, and use her quarterstaff to be able to try and stand. Do I need to make a roll for that?
No.
Okay. It might take me a minute, but I'm gonna at least start standing. Leaning quite heavily on my quarterstaff.
Ooh. 22.
That's enough. Yeah, this sounds an illusion, as if cast by minor illusion.
You've been hoodwinked.
Well, we have 4 other doors. We have like 3 other doors. Let's get going.
Where are these other doors?
goes out of this room and just opens this one. The decanter ready to
Near
go.
one was ajar. Be very careful.
Hoodwink.
All right. The same order of operations. Right. Sarah opens the door. You set off the decanter. This time, you don't hit anything, as you have filing cabinets on either side, not at the end of the hall, or end of the room.
Imagine there's curtains at the back then.
Yes.
Walk to the end and open them. Nobody in the corners.
Isaline,
Yes.
would you make a perception check for me?
Wait, perception what?
A perception check.
Yes. Guys, fuck me again. Perception. That is a 25 because I rolled a nat 20.
Hey.
It's gotten me. My brain is recovering.
You hear a voice downstairs. Sounds like a chanting or casting of a spell.
Oh, that ain't good. Guys, downstairs. Spell starting.
I already didn't
Spell-
like the sound of it.
Spell chant starting.
I already didn't like the feeling of this. With the way that nothing's been behind these doors. We really should find our way out, but it sounds like we might have to fight our way out. Beer's gonna start heading for the stairs and try and sneak down them.
Alright. So going to the stairs, I need it. Hold on a moment. Someone's trying to get in here. Hey, I can't have you in here right
I
now.
was gonna say, do I recognize the language at all?
No, you don't recognize the language.
What is going on now?
I'm sneaking down the stairs.
Someone downstairs is casting a spell.
Oh. Could be a problem.
Alright, yeah, so people on the stairs, dexterity saving throw.
Am I on the stairs or am I on the landing?
You're on the landing, so.
Okay.
Looks
so am
like
I
it's
exempt from that roll?
Joan and
21?
here.
21, you saved.
5.
Joan, you're.
Oh no.
Alright, I suppose at this point, since here's the first one down the stairs, at least on the map, you have to make another dexterity save as Joan comes sliding by you, slipping on the grease that was cast on the stairs.
7.
Frick.
What was that?
7.
Ah. Yeah, so you do nice to start running down the stairs. However, Joan, you slip on the grease, and because there's grease on the stairs, you slide down the stairs and trip up Zahir, and you're both prone.
What do I see as soon as I'm down the stairs?
I'm just gonna stare at them incredulously as they collide and fall down the stairs. Like,
As soon as I I presume I see somebody in front of me as soon as we come down the stairs.
Yes.
Instinctually put out a hand and fire a firebolt at them.
All right. So, um, well, first things first. Something had a held action down the stairs.
Okay.
So, the two of you are going to need to do another dexterity save.
Oh, for frick's sake.
Oh wait, I don't have to roll.
Roll out of the way.
Hmm.
Another 2, 7.
This is not going well anymore. It's another 5.
All right. So, at the bottom of the stairs, you see a woman that looks very similar to the Prime Minister, though she is dressed more like a sailor. You also see what looks like a ferret on her shoulder that opens its mouth and it breathes lightning onto the two of you. So you will take 13 lightning damage.
Nice.
Since I saw the two of them slide down the stairs, can I carefully maneuver my way down without slipping on the grease?
Let me just check the wording of grease. Spells. Grease. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dex saving throw, or fall prone. So,
Does it not have handrails that I can just like push myself and slide over?
I'll give you
You
advantage.
said that there were railings because my
Okay.
quarterstaff would have fallen down the stairs if there weren't a railing.
It might have just been at the top.
See, the way I'm imagining this now is to hear like does this kind of like cool like wall walk thing and like is about to stick the landing and then Joan just barrels through.
Yep.
Not that I'm terribly worried because I have a proficiency with dexterity, but how about a 24?
You stay standing.
You're letting the old man win.
Okay, so different information now. Person in front of us, we just got breathed lightning on.
Yeah, so, here you go, position. Let me move you down.
Haha. Thank you. So there's somebody down there that with them?
Yes.
There's only one exit.
Yes, and they are right by
I
it.
got it.
What's around that exit? Behind that exit, specifically.
The porch.
Not that. This.
Flammable?
I mean, the porch is flammable, yes, because it's wood.
Okay, I'm not firing the firebolt at them, I'm firing at the porch. Hope Joan's ready to get that decanter out again because I'd like to ask some questions and they're not getting away.
Alright. So at this point, Glickety, you are getting attackety. Roll initiative.
Yay.
Alright.
21.
15.
Oh.
18.
Here, 15. Yeah, I suppose the two of you can technically be a part of this. Avery will just be helping Isleen for this. Actually,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just remove him from the turn order unless maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
Honestly,
That's
considering how
not-
shaky I probably am on my feet, I'm like, I was originally going to roll to see about going down the stairs, and I'm like, yeah.
Dude,
'Cause I don't think I'm probably not too steady on my feet at the moment with the concussion. So
Why does Isaline say Sref Skoda?
I don't know. Come on.
no idea.
What did his lean get?
18. Sorry, I thought you had heard me.
Well, I
I
turned.
finally remembered to add in my modifier this time.
Alrighty, Joan, you're up first.
Well, we did such a good job, guys.
Oh. Getting up from prone. It was like, well, yeah, the sword. And kind of like looks them up and down. Kind of sees the piratey look and just asks, "State your name, rank, and intention."
The doctor.
Fucking, it's a free action.
Doesn't appear that they understand.
Low battery.
Might be
Like,
a bit of a
at
language
all?
barrier. Yeah, this person might not understand common.
Bum bum bum.
Again in Dwarvish?
Nope.
Am I close enough for the bunny to be nearby?
I assume you had the bunny. So how far does it work?
Oh gosh. I don't know. I don't have the bunny's info, and Megan's already asleep.
Like 30 feet or something, right?
Yeah, I think it's something about that. There's something around there.
Let me. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Rolled poorly, so I still will have different information when it finally comes to fire bolt or not to fire bolt.
But the porch is on fire behind her.
I don't think I actually got to do that because initiative came first.
Oh, okay.
Just because you might be lit by the flames of destruction does not mean they have been set yet. It's mostly because Dominic is literally covered in red light.
Oh, because he's in a red shirt?
Well, if it's 30 feet,
No,
then,
he was literally colored in red.
If it's 30 feet, the person is out of range.
Ah. But okay. So the
They are?
person. Okay. And they haven't spoken yet.
Nope.
Okay, because I was gonna say if they speak, they should be able to understand her, even if she can't understand us.
Alright, so if people within that range can be understood by pretty much everyone, then the person will say something, but it doesn't look like they're backing down.
Decanter to the face.
Alright. So, is that like a save?
There is, let's see here, 30 feet distance, 1 foot wide. Target has a DC 13 strength save, or they get 1d4 bludgeoning and they fall prone.
From getting hit by a decanter?
No, being hit by the 30 gallons of water just sprayed in their face from the
14.
decanter.
Oh.
14.
Damn. Need a way to get a modifier for that.
Must we be violent? Can't we try and talk this out first?
It's
Hit pause on whatever you're listening to.
the silent thing I
They
have.
will want
Get
to
down here and
breathe
tell me to do
lightning on
that.
us. I'm far beyond trying to get civil answers without
Right.
without some bite
John,
on
is that
them.
your turn?
That's my turn.
Alrighty. Looks like this person begins a kind of dance, which makes it look like they're harder to hit. Let's see, who looks more hurtable?
Oh, I'm still prone.
Yeah, and you know what?
Oh. You've got some pretty good options here with one on the floor and one who's kind of ancient, so, you know.
And you have me who's recovering from being knocked out.
But she's up the stairs. You might not be able to be
Yeah,
seen.
like, can you see anything down the stairs?
Oh, you are
What?
so lucky, Dominic.
Yeah?
It was a nat 19. And since this person has a little friend on them, oh, there's my D8. Gotta get all my D6s.
Has to be very sad.
Okay.
I thought you got sneak attack, but I'm starting to think that they might just roll 7d6, and that's deadly.
Like a level 20 character.
Right.
Not quite.
Like, close enough for us level 5s.
Epic level is basically doesn't matter at this point.
So is she attacking to here?
Yes. Second secure.
Yep.
$32 points of piercing damage.
Oy! Ouch! You okay?
Yep.
Oh, not okay. Okay.
And let's see.
He's unconscious.
Yeah, 32 plus 13 is more than my 39-point health total.
Oh, jeez.
Arthur felt like punishing me for jumping Constitution.
I could have done that.
I'm not sure how much it matters when we're getting hit that hard, though.
I could have hit you with the dagger venom, which would have been.
I don't think another 12 hit points, even if I had put my highest score in Constitution, would save me here.
See, yeah, that was
Maybe.
their bonus action.
That was their bonus action.
No. No, they used their bonus action to begin a kind of dance. Their action was to hit you with a rapier.
That would have been funny if you could
Yeah,
do 32 points of damage as a bonus action.
Let me just check.
I thought if they were a cleric.
I think that bit of their thing they can do only applies to the person they attack.
Womp womp.
So, Joan, you get an attack of opportunity as they move backwards. towards the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they're close enough to Joan, I would assume there's an attack of opportunity there.
Yeah, use the decanter gun if they barely avoided it.
But you're using your attack of opportunity to use the decanter?
Yeah, why not? I mean, no, I'm not. Sorry. I have an attack of opportunity, and I wasn't planning for that, so now I have to think about what I'm doing.
I guess if I put my highest stat in Constitution, I would still be up, but I also have terrible stats, so
This is your reckoning for dumping con.
I could have put my second highest stat as con, and I'd still be down.
Ugh.
You know what?
I mean, you have more health than I do. And I didn't even dash my con. It was my strength, I said, meh.
Actually, my strength is lower than my Constitution on this character. Constitution was my second lowest.
You know what? I'm throwing a net at them.
You're throwing a net at them.
Yes.
Whee! We're going fishing.
Oh, it's not bad. 17?
They dance out of the way of the net.
Fair enough.
Alright. It's lean.
What can I see from where I'm at? Because with this map, it's really hard to tell
Yeah.
what I can see and what I can't.
Oh yeah, because
You definitely saw Sahir get stabbed.
Also, you can see to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. So I can actually see what's going on.
Yes.
What sounded like a very angry Sahir sounds very subdued after a quick
Yeah, like
flash of a.
the here's doesn't sound good. Okay, so what is the distance between me and our opponent?
I'm imagining that
40 feet.
So it's
I can't tell with the stairs.
yeah.
it's probably.
Okay, so it's like 21 feet, according to the triangle calculator, to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. So 21 feet to the bottom of the stairs.
And another 17 to the.
So 38.
You're almost a whole Tyrannosaurus Rex away from them.
I
Cool.
currently wearing a paleontologist loading shirt.
I saw.
So I'm going to, since I can see what's going on. One quick second.
Imagining that Sahir in his like quick-tempered response, the flames started to show up, and he was struck down before it could fully form.
You're beginning the incantation when the person ran up and stabbed down.
Yep.
I'm going to cast magic missile. At 3rd level.
Yes!
Reaction.
Pretty sure that doesn't help.
Say that again?
Reaction, shield.
I see.
Each dart hits a
Counterspell.
creature of your choice that you can see within range.
I think shield prevents magic missile. Adea has it.
Let me. Visible air barrier of magical force appears and protects you. Till the start of your next turn, you have a +5 bonus, including against the trigger attack. You take no damage from magic missiles.
Okay, so I can't even roll to go around it then.
Well, magic missile can't miss.
It's also
Except for
wasting,
shield.
It's also
But
wasting their
shield can
spell
stop it.
slots.
I don't think it matters that we're wasting their spell slots if they've got 15th to 20th level spell slots. It's a first level spell slot.
They have fewer spell slots than you're thinking.
Even if they're like a third caster, we've got too much on our hands for that to really matter.
Okay. I don't understand, and one person at a time, please explain this to me. Shield blocks magic missile, so my attack does nothing.
Yes.
Do you have counterspell?
No, I don't.
Then it does nothing.
I'm sorry to do this, but this person would be intelligent. Like they would be fighting intelligently. Physician.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. When they spoke, could I maybe trying to figure out like if I get a dialect or something off of it, even if I couldn't understand what it was.
That's what was coming. You know
Definitely
now.
have it be in a intelligence check to see what they were speaking.
Just straight intelligence?
Let's see. What would history? If you have proficiency.
History? If I do. So that is 27. So it's a nat 20.
They are speaking in Earth language.
Of course they are. Is it a European Earth language?
No.
Damn.
It's a Sino-Tibetan language.
Why? He might have been able to make something up with a European one.
Well, I'll say it does. At least from what I know of the physician, he has heard this language before, because it may have been at least a temporary companion spoke it.
Oh, okay. Okay. We come down the stairs.
Get within talking range.
Yeah, basically. He's just gonna put his hands up and be like, "Hello. We mean you no harm as long as you stop harming us. Please."
Roll persuasion. Actually, I'm gonna roll insight for this.
It's not bad. I got never mind. I forgot. I put like everything into persuasion. I've got a +16. I forgot. 27.
27?
Yeah.
Hey, persuasion meets insight. Alright, the rapier will lower.
Excellent. We're getting somewhere.
They're still on edge, but they're at least not going to sneak attack you again.
Excellent.
For another round.
All right. She's like, I'm the physician. And I'm pretty sure that you are from somewhere close to the Indian subcontinent. Yes?
Yes. Did you say the
Excellent.
physician?
Yes.
My sisters told me about you.
Excellent. Good things, I hope.
I know, you can never know with Tong.
Ah. That's fair. That's fair. So does that mean we're done with the swords? Can I help my friend?
She'll sheathe the rapier, I suppose.
Okay.
My sister
I'm
did
going
say.
to.
My sister said that you were strange but not dangerous.
Strange. I've been called worse. I'm gonna do a medicine check on Samir. I'm coming, my friend. I'm coming. 21.
So here is stabilized at the very least.
Cool. I'll like patch up your wound, keep it from bleeding out too much. Okay, well, he's gonna need real medical attention.
I'm a sailor. I
But
don't
he
know.
won't die.
I'm a sailor. I don't really do real medicine work.
Aren't you a physician?
Joan is just saying that with like this mildly annoyed look.
Saying what with a mildly annoyed look?
Aren't you? What does physician generally mean to us mortals?
Physician means a doctor.
Yes. Hello?
Wonderful work.
Are you not one?
Your physiology is very different from mine. Honestly, being on your planet makes me just a little bit high.
He's still in combat, or can I start trying to very gently make my way down the stairs?
You can begin making your way down the stairs, though she hasn't exactly dismissed the grease yet. Ooh. Avery comes
Can I use the decanter to clean that up?
I was gonna say, what role do I need?
Dexterity. Avery comes.
That would be a 4.
Avery got that one. So
Please tell me I at least don't hit my head again.
Can I do a
If it's
dexterity
severe.
save to see if I can catch him? Since I'm like at the base of the stairs. Hovering
Yeah,
over
you-
Z.
Me as well, or something?
acrobatics checks the two of you.
Nat 20!
All right, which one are you catching?
Probably the first one who comes down, so it'll be his lead. She's like, oh, I got you. Please don't hurt my patient. It's just like gently set you off to the side.
Here, I'm just.
I mean,
hit my head again. This is probably like.
can I instead? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, if the physician hadn't noticed Isoline's condition, you're probably now realizing that she looks a little dizzy, a little out of it, and you're like, oh, good patient. Okay.
You have a concussion.
What was that, Jen?
Do you have a concussion?
My head really hurts because I got hit in the back of the head. And Joe says I can't sleep.
Well, he's stable. All right, let me check you over.
Joan, what'd you get?
I am so tempted to use this roll just to sidestep him and let him fall in his face. I am so tempted.
Hey, he's still got an 8 with a nat 1.
No, I got 21 acrobatics.
So, you managed to stop him from landing prone at the bottom of the stairs on top of Zahir.
You're doing it to save Zahir, Joan. Don't feel like you're saving Avery. You're doing it to save Zahir.
I got a 14 to check Isoline's head.
I mean, she was knocked out in a single hit with the pommel of rapier. It was brought back to consciousness with a healing potion.
I would definitely recommend not doing anything. Don't overexert yourself. You might have bruised your brain.
The stairs are a no?
No.
Not at the very least.
One pupil is definitely not reacting.
Huh?
One pupil.
Joan's not reacting, or
no, one pupil is definitely not reacting.
well, one pupil's definitely not reacting. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna like stick my hand in my pocket. Wake up! We gotta get these people into med bay. There's like an indignant squeak from his pocket.
It's gonna like look towards the sound, and I think like through the fog of her brain, she's like, I think I know that sound.
And then you'll start hearing the
sound.
Which I suppose will end up over pretty much anyone at the bottom of the stairs. They're all pretty close together.
If it doesn't, if we aren't landing on our quarry, Joan is immediately sidestepping this.
Fair enough.
The ferret or the weasel pops its head out of the person's clothing in here. So, are we no longer fighting them, Captain?
The physician will poke his head out the door once it's there. Just be like, you can come inside if you want. You never did tell me your name.
I was like, Isoline's just
I'm not
looking
very
at
well
the
to call you
ferret.
Tong Sister.
Tong Shufen. I am Tong Yaowen's little sister.
Excellent. Well, as I said, you're welcome in. He'll just leave the door open.
I have a feeling that the physician might have had to lead Isoline inside the TARPUS because I was looking at the weasel as it was speaking. Like, is that because I hit my head?
Oh, goodness.
Shu Fin does not go, and she's like, this is the weirdest thing I've seen all day.
It gets weirder.
Okay, Yeah, you definitely. If you stick around for the next couple of weeks, you might see a dragon fall out of the sky.
Mm. Right, and she'll go into the other hallway. As she does, she will cast light on her hat. 20 feet.
So the hallway on the right.
Yeah, where you found the bodies.
Okay. I imagine there are curtains in this hallway.
There are.
Joan just like drags them open as they walk past.
I feel like the
Question.
physician's probably gotten to hear
Well, I
an
was gonna
eye
ask.
into the purpose, right?
Yeah, you guys, because it appeared over us, so you guys are in there. I just got to figure out what kind of potions do you want me to use on them?
If you're just trying to heal them up, then that would just be health potions. So
Well, yeah, I know, but like what level?
Let's say greater.
Okay.
I'm at 9 HP out of 38, if that helps.
I have 1 more HP than Isleen does. When at full health. Right now, I have 9 less HP than Isleen does.
Right now.
So here, you're gonna get 11 hit points back. And easily you're gonna get 12. Sorry, I forgot to add the other 4 for you there, Sahir, so you should have 15.
Got it.
Yeah. Rise and shine.
So here awakes, and at first, the last place he was stabbed. So it's kind of like at first a very alert, like ready for action, but then realizes he's not in danger anymore. And realizes that he hurts, but is conscious now.
You got a nice hole
Oh.
into your armor.
Yeah.
And you're probably feeling a little more clear in your thoughts there. Less bruising on the brain.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Did the ferret actually talk, or was I imagining that?
To what?
Did the ferret actually talk,
Yes.
or was I imagining that?
No, it definitely spoke.
Okay.
Really got to get out of this business at some point.
But to be fair, I think really we
No,
just need to
that's
talk
the
to Tong.
That's the business that I'd like to stay in. The everything else business that gets me in trouble.
Sorry, Jen. I didn't actually catch what you said.
Huh? Oh, I
I
said
didn't actually...
it's less about the business and more that we need to talk to Tong.
That's her sister?
Apparently.
Why was she trying to kill us?
How are
Because
we sure that she's still not trying to kill us? So you're kind of...
we did leave her alone with Joan.
You come out
I don't know
feeling...
who's going to come out on top, but...
Yeah. You come out of the tarp as Jonas dead.
Or
How do you
is
spell
she?
the sister's name?
Shu Fen.
Yeah.
So it is.
Ow.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, she just goes into that room, starts going through what appear to be maps, paying you no mind. The weasel's keeping an eye on you.
There's an immediate staring contest with the weasel.
That's a nat 20 on the weasel.
No
For what?
blinking. Only stare.
Like a constitution check, or
I just did a straight roll.
I mean, the Constitution makes sense because you're trying to keep your eyes open.
Alright, so yeah, Constitution.
what the hell's with this dice? This is like the third time it's rolled a 19 this entire game,
You blink at the same
which
time.
makes it a 21.
Oh. Well, it has a -1 to con.
After thoroughly establishing dominance over a talking weasel. Joe immediately changed her focus to, so Tong Shu Fen happen to know what happened to this fellow at my feet here?
Yeah, they came in and attacked me. You can see how that ended up for them.
And why, pray tell, did they bother attacking you?
I don't know. I don't speak the language. Quite frankly, I don't know how we're understanding each other since I come from a different world.
The physician.
Well, I was told that I was allowed to take a look at the maps and the sea charts. Then these people came rudely in with their fiery dog and shadow creature. And I don't think they started asking questions, but they may have with their now pointless sabers. They're in the other room if you want to go take a look.
Yeah, I'll do that eventually.
And
so what are you looking for?
I'm a sailor. I like maps.
That's not an answer. Nobody just looks at maps for their own health and well-being.
Like,
Cartographers.
Yeah. Like maps.
You hear the weasel say, "Well, it's good to get to know the lay of the land or the lay of the seas." I still don't trust these people, Captain.
Oh, really? What's so untrustworthy about us?
The fact that you appeared not too long after those people appeared.
Have you heard of coincidence?
I didn't believe in coincidence. No.
Don't
Or
mind.
something far worse, we were on their trail to attack them?
Yeah, you'll just hear Shufin say, and she's just been going through charts this entire time. It's like, pay him no mind, he's familiar.
A familiar with a mouth. I find them to be just as worse as officers.
Well, I don't think I could take the persnickety-ness of my sister's familiar.
Oh, she was persnickety.
Didn't know she had one.
If you've seen a talking owl around here, then you've seen him.
I don't think we have yet.
Joan has.
See?
Like, cause...
Jonas, okay.
Because Gausha came to the TARPUS to, I think, give something to the physician, and Joan was the one that answered the door.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Well, since that... Damn it. They all have the map inside. Well, if you have any interest in seeing another map for whatever you're doing, or at the very least telling us whether or not it's by land or by sea, walk inside the big blue box. And Joan leaves the room. Actually, before she that's a... They're covered by the door. Is that a person? In the doorway?
This doorway? I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
the
the one.
the body is in the doorway.
Okay. Is there any identification on them?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. I'm glad I have proficiency in that. 15.
It doesn't appear to be identification.
Do you look anything like enemies we fought before?
I do believe I said that they look like, or are dressed similar to the people that you fought at the warehouse earlier.
Cool. Good to know. Joan goes into the TARPUS for some form of healing.
Alright, so I'll ask it. Is there anything else they want taken care of in the TARPUS before we end tonight?
Nope.
Nope. Alright.